Good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with times from Dr. News, who's from in around the universe. It may or may not affect you on a strange, weird, intimately weird, psychotic, informational level. Informational level. That could make you go, oh, God, my mind has expanded. Yeah, a lot of people's like, how come you ain't been doing a lot of videos? I said, because I'm on vacation. Matter of fact, I go back to work this Monday. Yeah, it sucks. But that's why I haven't really been popping up too many videos or anything like that over the last 2 weeks. It's just, this is my time off. This is my time off from work, and I'll put on a few things like, I got done with chapter 6 for the audio play, and I hope y'all go listen to them. It's just, the cast really, does their best. Well, considering, you got to remember, a lot of people was like making jokes about some of the acting abilities and all that. I'm like, dude, they're doing it for free. I'm not paying them anything. And considering it's a free cast, they're doing a really good job. I got to say that. So, meanwhile, let's get to the news because I know that's what you're here for. And let me stress this. Some of these sources have me sketchy, so I don't know what to tell you. So this is up to you. I'm going to put a spoiler alarm anyway. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert in case you haven't seen this. So here we go. All right. Number one. Once again, the Mirror is claiming to have all this great dark inside information. Matter of fact, I got somebody out there claiming the Daleks have been seen on set. And I'm like, well, where'd you get that from? Gallifrey Base. And I'm like, all right, here's the thing. While were people once upon a time on Gallifrey Base who really knew their stuff, not a whole lot of them just aren't there anymore. And the problem is everybody's been speculating, going mad, and doing weird stuff, trying to be like the ace scoop, thing. It's like, why? You're not going to get anything out of it. But okay, the Doctor Who will battle the Cybermen once again in a darker and scarier new series. The problem is, this is what turned a lot of people off last season, I think, Series 11, was because they didn't go dark. They tried to keep the Doctor whimsical, lighthearted, and stuff like that to the point that a lot of people lost the performance. And I think this is what they needed to do in the first place. But okay, let's see what they got to say about, according to a source, get ready for this. This new run is much scarier than Jodie's first year and will definitely put the frighteners on fans. Things are about to get darker for the Doctor. Now remember, the Cybermen have not been around since Peter Capaldi back in 2017 with, that whole hoopty-dah thing going on. Now, once they're trying to say that this story is going to be what inspires Mary Shelley to write Frankenstein. Once again, though, let me take you back a few years to Series 5 with Matt Smith. Gillian Anderson's been signed to play the Ronnie as the main villain for the end of this series. Remember that little thing? Didn't happen, did it? So once again, the Mirror is 50-50 at best. There are times when they get things right, but there's more often when they don't. So please, take it with a grain of salt for now until we see some more proof from other sources. And I got to say the same thing here. Okay, well, in this case, we pretty much know this is going to happen. This has been confirmed by several other places, that K9 is getting yet another series. But once again, let me explain this. The guys who did K9 were going to originally do a movie where he's fighting Omega, and I still couldn't figure out why, because while these guys own the rights to those characters, K9, Omega, whatnot, they don't have any rights to the show Doctor Who or the Time Lords, nothing. So who the hell was Omega going to be? The local, ice cream guy gone mad? Because they couldn't tie it to the Time Lords in any way. Same thing with that Australian series they did, where K9 just shows up, there's no memory of his previous owners, yada, yada, yada. They tried to set up so he was fighting a battle just to give you the brainchild that he was fighting in the Time War. But the thing is, they never tell you anything because no copyright, no rights to anything from the Doctor universe. And that's the problem with the K9 series. While it's going to be great for the kids and all that, you can't tie it to Doctor Who in any way. So, well. Okay, and I love it. Somebody was walking around going, there's going to be an announcement for San Diego Comic-Con. Well, when we now know that there's not going to be a panel, as far as anyone knows, there's going to be no Doctor Who panel at Comic-Con this year. And the only thing I knew was they're going to be selling some toys there. Like, I know they've got some stuff going on. There's some exclusives, some Funko Pops. Look, there's the Patang. They got a Titan, but the problem is they've had this kind of stuff out before. And also they're going to have that T-shirt that somebody designed that they're basically going to milk the profits off of and then hand them a thing, go give you the attaboy for designing it. So that's about all we have for Comic-Con this year for Doctor Who. As far as I know, there's not going to be any further announcements of any type, because why would you go out and hold a screening when you're not even going to do a panel? So that pretty much kills the whole there's going to be a trailer idea. But we'll sit back, we'll see. You never know. They may eke out something on us. All right, if you have not listened to this yet, you have a limited time. I believe you got about 20 more days or so to go listen to the Jon Pertwee Files over here on BBC Sounds. I've listened to it here. I live in the U.S., so there's no, nation restriction on it or anything like that. It's very, very well done. It's narrated by Jon Pertwee, and it is a lovely 1 hour of listening. It really is. Also, here's some stuff that you learn inside that about how he talks about this briefly, Jon Pertwee, during the 1 hour program, about how he had one of the actual animatronic maggots, and that the reason why this mouth looks so creepy is they modeled them off dead ferret skulls. That's kind of scary, and I bet Pete is going to be going there. Remember that thing you did 40-something years ago? Oh, so nice little article there going over some of the things that are revealed in that, if you want to go take a look at it. Okay, Russell T Davies reveals his favorite Doctor Who monster. He reacts to the Judoon return. Of course, he said the Daleks. We got to remember, he grew up, watching, the show during the time, classic era and whatnot, and he's a big fan of the Daleks. Also, he gives a cute story here where goes, okay, it's marvelous because I know about these things for the public does. He's talking about the Judoon because I own the copyright on them. So they have to phone me up and say, can we bring them back? As if I'm going to say no. Also, I get a little bit of money for it, which is very nice. Not much. It's the BBC. But I knew about 6 months ago. Now, normally lawyers would do this, but Chris Chibnall just sent me an email directly saying, could I use the Judoon? Could we have the Judoon, please? To which he said, of course you can. So, Chib's making a little direct contact with a previous showrunner, and he probably gave him herpes because, remember, he's such a bad showrunner. Oh, God, some of the weird shit I've heard over the last 2 weeks while I've been sitting here. All right, Karen Gillan visited Steven Moffat, and, of course, Moffat has a weeping angel in his garden. I don't know about you, but here's young, attractive, ginger, Karen Gillan, shows up at creepy old Scottish guy's house, and then he goes, you want to come in the back and see my weeping angel? I wouldn't do it. No. Okay. So, 10 of the craziest Doctor Who stories that almost happened. And a lot of this stuff is like, clickbait, really, to be honest with you. But there are some interesting stories in there that almost did happen. So, go take a look at this if you wish. Okay, Cornwall live. It's better than Cornwall did. Doctor Who, a Dalek spotted walking a dog on a leisurely day out at a duck pond. So somebody having a little fun with their Dalek prop. I just hope that the Dalek didn't christen one of the bubbles down there. So even the Dalek's got to go take the dog out for walkies, I guess. All right. And do you fancy owning a Dalek? Well, one is for sale at an auction in North Staffordshire this weekend, apparently. So if you're interested in this, you got a few $1,000. Looks like they did a pretty good job on this one. Yeah, Silverdale-based potteries auctions have taken delivery of a number of interesting lots up for auction, including a full-size Dalek. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, you want to go check in on it, here you go. I just threw it in there because it's kind of a nice nostalgia piece, because that is my lot number, not my price. Okay. £10.46. No, that's not the price. Oh, okay. So once again, I just was on my 2 weeks off for the summer. I really didn't get shit done, as usual. As you can see, I started working on the room here. I did get some things rearranged, and also I picked up a few new things. From the last video, I was joking around because I finally got a stand up for Jodie, because I've been doing that since Matt Smith. I had a Matt Smith back there, I had a Peter Capaldi back there. Tom Baker, you can see the top of his head right there, because I've just been moving shit around this room like crazy, because I'm going to be putting some new stuff up here and there, moving things around a bit, hopefully get some of that done in the next 72 hours before I have to go back to work. And the only thing I don't like about vacation really is the fact that sooner or later you wake up and realize you've got to go back to work. Well, I guess it keeps us busy. Keeps us moving through life, keeps the rent paid, keeps the roof over your head. Sure, it slowly drains your soul and turns you into a mindless zombie that, you're kind of hoping for that apocalypse to come so you can smile and say, that's over. But, because it weirds me out. There's a guy at work. They had his thing up on the newsletter celebrating 50 years. Why are you still there? I don't get it. Well, folks, just remember, please take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And if I get any more details on some of these stories, like someone was claiming they saw the Daleks on set, but once again, that's Gallifrey base. And you got to be really careful who you listen to out there. And that was passed to me because I have an account there, but I've used it like maybe half a dozen times in the last 5 years. So shows you how seriously I really take them. So until next time, please take care. Have a good one. See you on the flip side. Freedom out, children.